we talked to George, he said that he thought, like, currently for him, the real anthemic part of the new album was Old Crows. He felt like that was the song with the biggest message. Yeah. Across. And I think I mentioned a lot when I wrote the review that I thought that was a really good way to start the album, because it lays it straight out. Like, you're not, it's new. Yeah. It's new and you're older. So is it the same song for you? Is there another song on the album that really sticks out as like the...
I would say as far as like the message, and like the sort of like I guess the mission statement, that's the song, you know? Like, that's the song. Like Crisis, it was Drunks, which was like the first song, and the first line is, this is from our hearts, you know, and that's what we meant, and that's what it is. This song is like, we're older, you know, trying some different stuff, we deal with it. You know what I mean? Like,
seems like you guys like know where you stand in the music industry, and you're
yeah, and it's like
putting it out there.
It's like got like two. It's got like a, you know, it's like a double entendre, except the second message is not sexual. The first one is, you know, we are older and we have been changed by the things that we've done. You know, like by the road, like we have grown up and become different people. And the second one is, fuck you to all the people who want us to stay the same.
Yeah.
You know, people who want their favorite bands to stay the same and not evolve are asking too much of those bands. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what that means.
Now, speaking of growing up, like I noticed right away. The first thing I noticed from the album is that the first three songs, especially the animal metaphors, are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, all over the place.
Yes.
Is there like writing that there's a reason why it tends to lean towards animals on this record? It seems.
Well, I know George was talking, like, he was really into the idea of like the balance between human nature and like nature, and how like fucked up it can be with like, it's like how when like a baby bird is born, it only takes a few months for it to learn what its reason for living is, and that is finding food and bringing you back to either for itself or to its children, which it creates, and that's it. And mostly nature is like that. Nature has a purpose and it knows what it is. It's like a cycle. And with humans, it's like we grow up and we start to like go crazy thinking or wondering why we're here and what we're supposed to be doing. And am I here to make a difference or am I not? Or, you know, what's my life supposed to mean? And it drives people insane. You know what I mean? And I think that George was really fascinated by that. And then it's kind of easy to compare yourself to like the way an animal is, like with being in a band. You know, it's like the old crow thing can be like us, like we're like, you know, kind of like the crotchety old dudes now of our genre, because we've been doing it for a long time, and like a lot of these younger kids start these bands and they're just like, they feel like if they get all the right haircuts and all the right makeup and all the right MySpace pages, then they'll be fine, right? And for us, it's like, let me fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, we're like the crotchety old crow up here going like, fuck you. You know? But yeah. And then same with like George is really into like the idea of like the sort of the nomadic lifestyle of being in a band. It's like the same as like a pack of wolves. Traveling together and just roaming around looking for food. Yeah, I don't know. And plus it's awesome to write. I write about animals and use animals and stuff.
We were talking to me with IE recently, and Aaron Weiss was just like, animals are nicer than people. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't like, that was one of those answers where I just couldn't even react. I was just like, good point.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess we're done. I mean, I have no follow-up for that. You wrapped up in a nutshell. Well, we don't want to keep it for too long. I know you guys played today. It's hot out here.
It's actually nice in the shade. It's not bad.
We are in the shade right now. It's very lovely. But we don't close the closing questions. We close with closing comments.
Okay.
Something that is outside the world of Alexisonfire and City of Florida. Something outside of your normal music realm. What's been on your mind? What's been on your mind?
Yesterday, the day started off really poorly because I went to bed the night before and I was feeling really sick, and then I knew in my heart that we were going to have to play at 11 in the morning. Like, I just knew that we were going to have to play first because the schedule changes every day, and we did play first. We woke up and we were like, first. So we started playing and I felt terrible, and then all of a sudden like just got better, and then after we played I went, found all this like these like pieces of wood and barricades and stuff like that, and I just like set up a mini little skate park for myself and I skated for like 4 hours, and I hadn't skated probably like 3 or 4 months,
Really?
and it was like it was probably the best time I've had on the tour, and it had nothing to do with music, and it was just every time I think I'm gonna stop skateboarding, I
Just comes back
have
around.
a day like that, and it just
back in.
just makes me feel so young again until the next morning when I wake up and I can't move my foot. I hurt myself, but yeah, that will be with me. That day will be with me for a really long time until the next time I have one of those things.
Oh, I can't top that.
Your fishing trip?
That's good. Well, yeah,
The fishing trip was pretty wicked.
so the other day Kevin Lyman was nice enough to invite us on a fishing trip
On a day off.
on a day off. So we all went, except for Dallas. Went on this, went out into the Gulf of Mexico and went fishing for the day and caught tons of, probably between the four of us, I would say easily like 70, 80 fish. Like just constant.
Big ones.
And they're like huge. And we ended up, I guess Kevin knew this place that was down the street from where we were fishing, that had, you can bring in your own fish and they will cook it up for you. So we got all the fish that we caught all day, brought it to this place, and they cut it up and served it to us. And there was so much fish we had to take home like 8 boxes after the meal. That was a good day. You can find out all about it on YouTube.
Yeah, there's
a whole video.
Beard filmed it all and edited it into a nice little movie.
Yeah.
Fishing trip.
We'll have to look that up, man.
It's an epic story.
The tale of the 70 fish.
So, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
No problem.
It's wonderful of you to join us as well.
Thank you guys.
Wish you luck
I
the rest of
really
the tour, and
appreciate it.
I guess we will see you in April, apparently.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
That's the plan.
I guess we could drive to Canada.
We
Like
could.
that.
Yeah, we could.
All right, yeah.
Drive to Canada in March.
Woo.
There'll be a London, Ontario show. It's right over there.
Yeah, it's right over there.
Yeah.
We can meet
All
up at
right.
Windsor.
Well, that is our time with Alexis on Fire. Well, part 2, apparently. And
Part two.
we will be back for more later.
Part 2.